Today, we're going to be covering a movie that made the Gingerdead Man from Shrek look suspect, a movie that made all the gluten intolerant people in the world glad that they are, and a movie that I kind of enjoyed, Gingerdead Man.
Lollipop, it's a sweet trip to the candy shop.
To start things off, this movie was directed by Charles Band, the same person who directed Evil Bong, that digital form of herpes that I just cannot get rid of. One of the most iconic stars you're going to see right off the rip is Gary Busey, who plays the main antagonist of, let me look at my notes, Millard Findlemeyer. The goofiest goddamn name on the planet, as well as the Gingerdead Man himself. This movie was released on November 8th of 2005, which I'm just gonna say was a really bad time for you guys to put out a movie, because according to CarolinaCookies.com, a gingerbread cookie is a Christmas cookie, you uncultured swines. Will this movie help me go gluten-free, or will I be celebrating Christmas 4 months early? And why do I list that as a bad thing? Because it is. Anyways, let's get right into it. We start this movie off in 480p. And yes, I did try multiple streaming platforms to find a 1080p version, but this is the early 2000s when a 480p movie was basically 2K to us. So, you get what you get. And if you're down with it, let's continue. Gary Busey hashtags at least 3 people in this diner, and then we find out that 2 of them were the father and the brother of the main protagonist, Sarah Lee. God damn, Gary Busey! Hold up! It's only 28 seconds in! Oh my god!
Fight back. It'll be okay.
You're gonna take a literal knife to a gunfight. You deserve it. Dumbass. Gary does a fantastic job playing a sadistic killer, but you know what I don't like? This is the only time you see Gary Busey in this whole damn movie. And fun fact, I went on Wikipedia to do a little bit of research about this movie, and turns out the studio offered him $15K with the full intention of him turning down the movie, but he actually accepted the offer. So, hey, there you go. This doofus comes in and recites some Dollar General Poundland Shakespeare bullshit, and then invites Sarah to WrestlePalooza, because, you know, he's an amateur wrestler of all things he could be doing in life right now. So I'll reference him as the guy who looks like Riddle with short hair. Riddle decides to listen to too much Papa Roach and slits his wrist open and starts bleeding into the gingerbread seasoning. And they don't bat an eye to it. Why would you put it over the seasoning? This guy's wrist is excessively bleeding into the gingerbread seasoning. And even when this thing is spinning up and you can see the red streaks in the batter, no one gives a damn. Now we're gonna skip ahead and go to the mother of the protagonist, who, in all her southern glory, is sending shots down rage and drinking some Jack in the process. Then we meet Billy Joe Bob Danny Frank, 10 points if you get the reference by the way, who's trying to buy the bakery for $50,000. And I'll throw this little snippet of me doing a live reaction into the video.
You and your mama, you take that money, you have a nice life.
You got the gun, you've got the upper hand, you got the talking stick. Why are you listening to this man?
$50,000. That make it so you and your drunk mama don't have to bust your humps.
Yeah, 50K won't buy you shit. And then we meet the daughter of this cowboy, and she's about as bad as this damn movie. I'm not paying attention to her. She's obnoxious. Let's just keep rolling. We're gonna jump ahead a little bit more into this movie, because it's not worth the energy trying to explain the whole damn thing. Machine Gun Kelly comes in and tries to figure out why Miss Perfect Face of Waco, or whatever stupid damn title is called, is messing with Sarah. And with a hop and a skip and a bad punchline thrown into the mix.
The hell is that?
Well, it sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking dope boy.
We now have the Gingerdead Man, which looks remarkably like Gary Busey. I mean, goddamn, they look almost identical. Later on, the mother goes to the back, finds Stuart Little trying to get some free samples, and since she's a business person, she does not like free. And while trying to find a shotgun, she runs into the Gingerdead Man, and after attempt to boop his belly like the Pillsbury Doughboy, he takes a knife and cuts her finger clean off. One of Sarah's friends finds her in a laundry hamper, and as if we're playing a game of PUBG, she gets clobbered with a frying pan.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Now, the only scene in this movie that I actually started to like the Machine Gun Kelly lookalike, Mr. Tall, White, and Country, is when him and Sarah are talking about something that happened at her birthday party when they were a kid. And it kind of got me to like the movie a little bit in general. The corniness and the somewhat genuine connection it feels like these two characters are making is perfect. But I do have to scrap some points because of this shit.
I wish you put that gun away. After Dad and Jeremy, it makes me nervous looking at those things.
You sure you're upset by that thing? I mean, hell, you held that shotgun in front of the bakery like you were about to shoot it yourself. Okay. All right. Cowboy Bob Orton gets crushed by his car from Gary Busey, and at the time they find Sarah's friend in the fridge with conveniently placed whipped cream and cherries, indicating, well, you know.
Humongous hungalonga no no logongus.
We then go back to the car where Bonanza's corpse is at, but this time the daughter sees him. I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna let the clip play, and you tell me the first thing in the comments what comes to your mind. Psst, it's bad.
Daddy. Oh, no, Daddy. No. Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Sarah's friend gets assessed of her current issues without EKGs or any vitals. And I'm not really buying that Sarah can just read all this shit from a distance.
I don't think she got a concussion. She's just in shock right now.
How the hell did you know? Did you go to medical school or something?
How the hell you know all that?
I've been taking some night class at the community college.
Oh, okay. Well, there's my answer.
Why nursing?
I don't know, I guess I always like helping people.
Has anyone ever said anything different besides I like helping people? What about the one guy that's like, yeah, I like cutting people open and looking at their insides? Like, why doesn't that guy ever get into medical school? I could be wrong in my assumption, right? But wouldn't you need equipment or just a medical facility in general to be able to diagnose shock, signs of hypothermia, anything like that? If not, then let me know down below because I'm seriously, like, curious. Hello. Post-editor Blackout here. Ignore everything that I just said. Apparently you can check for shock without needing medical equipment, but I think it's still strongly advised that you use medical equipment. So I'm going to say I'm about 50% in the right in this situation. Anyways, I'll let you get back to the video. Sorry for interrupting. Barbie here is walking through the front of the store when she gets slashed in the face by Gary. Now, this flips a switch in her head because she goes to the back and starts roasting everyone. Like, her demeanor entirely changed.
You're ugly.
Damn.
Get out.
Why so shallow? She walks into a booby trap that, let's just say, leaves her with a migraine. Hey doc, I got this stabbing pain in my head. What's wrong with me? You think it's a little too early to be looking like a unicorn? Okay, we get it. Move the fuck on. Sarah then calls out for Gary to come and get her, which prompts MGK to just rapid fire a 6-shooter. Somehow.
It's me you're after. Why'd you come and get me?
There ain't no way in hell he rapid fired that. And after that embarrassment, they find a finger pointing to a door. And what do you find behind door number 1? They find Sarah's mom. But don't worry, Sarah's getting baked next as the Gingerdead Man shuts the door behind her, and then Lee Harvey Oswald over here fucking snipes the door and unlocks it with ease. There ain't no way, bro. And then he just fucking dies again. Gary is cutting a promo on Sarah and the boy that lives in the sewer, but that's when Riddle with short hair jumps down from the ceiling and cuts one of the best wrestling promos of all time.
Now it's time to meet your maker. Prepare to face the butcher baker. For tonight, your ass is toast.
He is the no good, lousy son of a bitch. Hey! That's exactly what he is.
Gary slaps an infinite ammo cheat on a 6-shooter and starts firing away. But I did notice this when I was watching the movie. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, you gotta be shitting me. There ain't no way. Whoa! Whoa, I just saw a finger! Long story short, Riddle jumps on the bastard, eats his head, and then asks,
Got milk?
Why, yes. Yes, I do. He then gets possessed by the spirit of the Gingerdead Man, who was the spirit of Gary Busey. They then throw his ass into the oven, And that marks the end of it. Well, kinda. This movie, it's not bad. Is it good? No, it's not. But I will give it this. Gary Busey did play his 3-minute role exceptionally well. The love interest wasn't a big old bag of douche, and I actually stayed attached to this movie better than most of the other movies that I've covered so far. So that means I'm gonna rate this on the tier list as not too shabby. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, but when I went to fthismovie.net to see if there was any sort of info about a budget, I did see a commenter say something with $86 and budget in the same sentence. So fuck it, we're rolling with that. That means that this movie will possibly be the lowest budgeted film I ever cover on this channel. And in some cases, that's actually kind of an honor. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm a pile of shit? Let me know in the comment section down below, and while you're at it, go ahead and knead the like button, bake the sub button, and cut out the notification bell so you know whenever I bake up a nice, delicious baker dozen of uploads. When it's really just one. Sorry. And in the next video, I'm going to be talking about the fight that no one really asked for. Gingerdead Man versus Evil Bong. And while you're at it, go ahead and click this video on screen because YouTube recommended it. It's about Evil Bong. If you're going to watch the fight, you better know who the fighters are. And as always, I'm your host with the most. Going live from overseas to coast blackout, going dark. I will see all of you in the next one. Keep it brutal, keep each other safe. Until next time, later.